Hello and welcome to The Stack, your place for what's happening around the Puget Sound, brought to you by Bates Technical College. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're happy to have you with us. I'm Gretchen Sherma. On today's show, we're taking you to SummerCon in Puyallup, sharing community events in our area, plus sports, weather, and our tech report. Up first, here are some headlines from around the region. A famously stinky plant, known as the corpse flower, is blooming at Washington State University's Vancouver campus. The plant, scientifically known as the Titan arum, was planted at the Vancouver campus in 2002 and first bloomed in 2019. The corpse flower is known for its signature smell, which is said to be similar to rotting flesh. The school has set up a live stream on their YouTube channel for anyone interested in seeing, but not smelling, this plant. Feeling the pinch at the pump? Washington State is currently home to the most expensive gas prices in the country, passing California for the highest price. The statewide average in Washington is $4.29 per gallon. A supermoon was spotted all over Washington this weekend. The phenomenon happens when the moon's orbit is closest to Earth at the same time the moon is full. If you weren't able to view this weekend, you have 3 more opportunities this year. The supermoon will return August 1st, August 30th, and September 29th. Next, we have Brady Knowles in studio with our sports report. Brady, how are things in the world of sports?
Gretchen, I for one am super excited. They're going great. The big news is that the city of Seattle and the Mariners are set to host the 2023 MLB All-Star Week. Along with Major League Baseball, from July 7th through the 11th, the inaugural HBCU Swingman Classic presented by T-Mobile will take place at T-Mobile Park on Friday, July 7th. This annual All-Star experience will highlight the history and legacy of baseball programs at historically black colleges and universities, while also providing 50 HBCU Division I baseball players with the opportunity to showcase their talent on a national stage. Saturday, July 8th through Tuesday, July 11th, you can go and celebrate at the Capital One Play Ball Park. Taking place at the Lumen Field Event Center, fans can enjoy a once-in-a-lifetime indoor-outdoor experience blending baseball, softball, music, food, and the latest VR technology, shopping, fashion, and more. Plus an all-time lineup of former Seattle baseball greats including Edgar Martinez, a personal favorite, Brett Boone, and Mike Cameron. Saturday, July 8th at T-Mobile Park features some of the biggest names in Hollywood, as well as the most notable rising celebrity stars at the celebrity softball game. Actors Joel McHale, Adam Devine, Olympian Chloe Kim, social media sensation JoJo Siwa, and NBA player Zach LaVine, along with Mariners legends Felix Hernandez, Brett Boone, and Mike Cameron. The action starts for the celebs at approximately 7:15 following the Futures game. The All-Star Futures game will also be on July 8th, beginning at 4 p.m. Top MLB prospects and the best young stars on their way to the big leagues will be showing off their talents in this exciting matchup. We are excited to watch 2 of our best prospects, Harry Ford and Jonathan Clase, in this year's game. Former Mariners fan favorites Harold Reynolds and Raul Ibanez will be managing this year's game. The MLB draft will take place in Seattle from Sunday, July 9th through Tuesday, July 11th. A limited number of seats to the MLB draft on Sunday, July 9th at 4 p.m. can be reserved for free. Download the all-new MLB All-Star Experience Pass app presented by Capital One to register for this exclusive opportunity. Julio is back in the T-Mobile Home Run Derby. after putting on an unforgettable show last year with a combined 81 home runs. This year, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of the Toronto Blue Jays, Mookie Betts of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Randy Arozarena of the Tampa Bay Rays, Pete Alonso of the New York Mets, Adley Rutschman of the Baltimore Orioles, Adolis Garcia of the Texas Rangers, and Luis Robert of the Chicago White Sox will be competing in this slugfest to see who is the true home run king of 2023. Lastly, the All-Star Game will feature on Tuesday, July 11th at T-Mobile Park. This year, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Julio Rodriguez will be representing the Mariners in the All-Star Game. This marks the third time in franchise history that the Mariners will host the Midsummer Classic, joining the 1979 contest at the Kingdome when the National League claimed a 7-6 win, and the 2001 event at T-Mobile Park, then named Safeco Field, when Ichiro Suzuki, Cal Ripken Jr., and the American League earned a 4-1 victory. Well, that's all for this week in sports. Have a great week, and go Mariners.
Thanks, Brady. Hopefully the weather will cooperate for the All-Star Game and all the other events happening around the Sound. Let's take a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for today. Things are starting off relatively cool at 58 degrees. It should be 69 degrees by noon, and then we'll finish off the day with a high of 87 degrees. Your weekend forecast is mostly sunny on Saturday with a high of 81 and cooling off through Tuesday, but bumping back up to a high of 87 degrees on Wednesday. Back to the stack. There seems to be a steady stream of content coming out in the world of pop culture, media, and video games, and it can be easy to lose track of what's out there. We got you covered. Eric Randolph is here for this week's Super Media 64 Tech Report.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Super Media 64 Report, a show where we look at everything from media ranging from the oldest TV shows and movies to the newest in video games. I am Eric Randolph, and I'll be your host as we explore the world of video games by looking at one of my personal favorites, the Stanley Parable. For those of you who don't know what the Stanley Parable is, it's a first-person adventure game when a simple-minded individual named Stanley discovers that the co-workers in his office have mysteriously vanished. He sets off to find answers. The creators of the game put it best with, you will play as Stanley, and you will not play as Stanley. You will make a choice, and you will have choices taken from you. It's a game about surprises. It's about following the rules or just breaking them. If this sounds confusing to you, don't worry. I'm right there with you. The Stanley Parable is not your average video game. All you do is follow the narrator's instructions, or you can disregard them and go off on your own adventure and see how they end up. Then, once you get to the end of the adventure you just had, the game simply restarts. You are back in your office and the adventure begins anew. The game has more than 20 endings to experience, and that just scratches the surface. Now, as I said before, this is one of my personal favorites for many reasons. The game is an exploration of choice, freedom, storytelling, and reality, all examined through the lens of what it means to play a video game. The game has some of the best writing out of any video game I have ever played, and trust me, I've played a lot of video games. The non-linear narratives of the game break away from the traditional linear storytelling and present the player with several branching paths and choices each time you start it up. It helps the player truly feel immersed in the video game itself. I have never had a video game that gave me as a player this much freedom to choose what happens while also feeling like every choice I made was exactly what was planned to happen from the start. To put it plainly, the game drives you to make choices, but it also invites you to question if you made any choices at all. The game also expertly uses metafictional elements to blur the lines between the game world, the player, and the narrator. In one of the fan favorite endings to the game, the narrator simply gets frustrated with the player and assumes they died and asks for a new player to take over for them. The narrator's presence is central to the game's storytelling, often commenting on the player's actions. The writing for this game will always be memorable to me, but it would be nothing without the stellar performance it received. The strong writing and the exceptional voice acting of Kevin Briding provides a captivating and compelling experience throughout the game, no matter what ending you do. I cannot help but be drawn in by the amazing work of both the writers and the work of Kevin Briding. My brother has also played this game, and he had this to say. The Stanley Parable is aptly named, but as an English teacher, I might point out that its name is wrong. The Stanley Parable does not, and frankly cannot, just be one parable. It is many parables, every ending its own story, every story its own experience for the player to discover. Naming in video games is as crucial as it is in any other medium. The Stanley Parable sets up the player for an experience that they can't possibly be ready for. That's it for this week's Super Media 64 report. I'm Eric Randolph.
Eric, for your report. Washington State SummerCon is an annual event held at the Washington State Fair and Events Center in Puyallup. The STAC staff members, Anthony Cordero, Christian Leyva, and Malachi Vasquez, have our story.
I'm here. I'm doing myself first. It's Malachi. This is the start to our production. I did that wrong. Took 2 videos. Anyway, here is Anthony and Elena. We are here. Don't mind that. Hopefully that's a good shot. We are here and we're walking into the Comic-Con for the first time. This is the starting video, and yep, there we go. So we've got our equipment, we got our wires and bags, and I've got all sorts of stuff that you can't see, but here we go. We are super ready. Hi, I'm Malachi Vasquez, and today we are here at the State County Fair participating in this year's SummerCon. We will be going over our favorite vendors, cosplay, and guest appearances, as well as some small highlights we found here at SummerCon. Without another moment to waste, let's get right into it.
We're starting off this tour with the vendors. Vendors are an awesome part of the Comic-Con experience, and there's no shortage of vendors here at SummerCon. From Funkos to Legos to superhero cat art, there's plenty of stuff here for fans to take home and enjoy. Many of the items and art here are sold and created by the vendors themselves. We got the chance to talk with one man about the process of creating these recognizable replicas.
We'll make them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of them will make one, we'll send to China, they'll make us 10,000 of them.
Wow, that's awesome. Imagine having 10,000 lightsabers at your disposal to fight with. Vendors are an awesome part of the Comic-Con experience, and there is no shortage of vendors here at SummerCon. Next, the cosplay. As we all know, cosplay is a huge part of the fun and excitement that goes into SummerCon, and is something everyone can look forward to. Just imagine seeing your favorite characters walk down the street. Cosplay was certainly everywhere, but instead of telling you about our favorite cosplay characters, I'll let them speak for themselves.
You're dressed as?
I'm dressed as Mr. Knight from the Moon Knight series and the Moon Knight comics.
I'm Huntress from Dead by Daylight.
I'm Hunter, aka the Golden Guard. I'm from the Disney cartoon, The Owl House.
Dressed as the Blue Spirit from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm Tylee from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm Zero from Vagrant X.
I chose this character because he's one of my favorite, and I have a lot of the comics, and he's a little kooky.
Because it's a really fun game. She's actually one of my favorite killers, and it was a fun costume to put together.
Because I started wearing this about a year ago, and I've still liked it. And a lot of people come up to me and tell me they love it.
Nobody's ever done Tylee before that I've seen in person, at least.
Nice.
The Blue Spirit's really cool, and I really love the show.
I like it.
That's awesome, guys. I dressed up as Miles Morales for SummerCon. Why, you ask?
You guys see my favorite character, and he's the best Spider-Man in my opinion. So.
And there you go. In any case, let's go to guest appearances. SummerCon wouldn't be the same without an entourage of beloved and prominent guests from the arts and entertainment industry. This year, SummerCon was able to secure notable actors such as Grant Gustin and Vincent D'Onofrio, as well as popular voice actors like Dante Basco and Tara Strong. Featured comic creators were also in attendance, such as Marv Wolfman, Claudia Gray, and Charles Schulz. Though we weren't able to get any interviews with these renowned artists, Anthony and his daughter were able to snap a photo with Walter Fellin and Robert Mukes from House of 1,000 Corpses. How cool, guys! SummerCon definitely left us with some great memories. Finally, some highlights. SummerCon is a place where you can find yourself surrounded by your favorite heroes, or even be one yourself. What most people don't know is they can find real-life heroes at SummerCon too. I'm talking about the National Guard. All over the fairgrounds, the National Guard can be easily spotted by their tanks, helicopters, and matching uniforms. Along with that, we even came across a special robot that's used for bomb disposal. Here's Sergeant Fraser with a short overview.
But this is used for bomb disposal.
Right.
So it's got cameras on the front. It's got this main camera up here. It's got the one on the claw there. In the front of the treads, back of the treads, it can full, articulate the claw, full grip.
Thanks, Sergeant Fraser. What a cool way to end SummerCon 2023. Next time you are at SummerCon, look out for the National Guard to learn how you can become a Washington State National Guardsman.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you for joining us at this year's SummerCon event. We had a great time interacting with guests and fans today. Let us know what your favorite part of SummerCon was, and we'll see you next year at SummerCon 2024.
Washington State SummerCon looks like a great place for fans to connect with each other, as well as the artists and actors who create those stories. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Stack. As I mentioned at the top of our show, The Stack is brought to you by Bates Technical College. This show is entirely produced, shot, written, and put on the air by the students and staff in the Broadcasting and Video Production Department. Here's a closer look at what happens behind the scenes.
My name is Amal Dahi. I am in the core production in broadcasting and video production. I came to the broadcasting video production because of the field experience for the technical side of it.
I came into Bates as a military service. I did 4 years of active duty and I really wanted to get into learning how to operate camera and do directing for video work. And I found out about Bates through a lot of internet searching and I thought it would be perfect for me.
I chose the BVP program because I'm very interested in the television and film industry. As a kid, I knew that that was something that I wanted to do for a long time. So when I noticed that Bates offered the program, it was a no-brainer for me.
What I enjoy about this program is just really all the people I get to work with and all the different productions that we get to do. One week we might be doing a, in the field football game, for high school football, and that's a lot of fun. The next week we might be doing college volleyball. Some weeks we might be in our own studio producing, something that another student has come up with. You get a lot of variety in here, and I just really enjoy that experience.
Man, the students, the production, going to the football games, basketball games, having an on-hands experience, man. But the best thing about it is being able to have that camaraderie and teamwork with the students and go out to different production sites. That's my thing that I love about Bates, man.
Getting to go to the Tacoma Dome for the Holiday Food and Gift Festival, I got to go to so many places that I never even thought of being able to go to. And maybe in some places I wasn't supposed to.
Bates has given me so many options and it teaches you so much practical experience that you'll have an idea of where you want to go.
The first quarter, I started with production and I've been learning more and more. I've learned about so many things that I didn't even know were out there, how to be a technical director. That was one of my favorite positions. When I got here, I saw this board and I was like, I want to know how to do that. So that's quickly become one of my favorite things here.
My name is Roland Robinson. I'm an instructor in the Broadcasting and Video Production program at Bates Technical College. I want students to understand that this industry is really an engaging, exciting industry, broadcasting, video production, audio, the opportunities that they have to express themselves there, but also that there are jobs available, especially on the engineering side of things. We're just really inundated right now with organizations that need broadcast video engineers.
So my name is Ken Whitko, and I'm an instructor in the broadcast video production program. Really what I want students to take away from the program is the ability to be able to tell a story in a way that compels people, not only connects them emotionally, but it also makes a student feel really good about what they've done, and they can feel proud of that, get a job, be able to really land a job in the field of content creation.
If you're looking to get into video production, video editing, audio editing, television, movies, radio, any of these kind of industries, I can't recommend this program enough. You'll learn so much in so little time.
That's a little bit of what we do here at Bates. Well, that's all the time we have for today. The Stack is a production of the Broadcasting and Video Production Department at Bates Technical College. Please visit batestech.edu/broadcasting for more information. I'm Gretchen Sherma. Be sure to join us next time on The Stack.